going on, everyone? Welcome to the RabidMining YouTube channel, and today we got the Ipollo V1 Mini SE Plus, which is probably the best mini Ipollo miner that they have made to date. So it does come with an antenna. I don't use mine, it's still hanging out right there. Accessories, obviously we have our power supply. It comes with two 6-pin plugs, which is pretty standard for all these Ipollo miners, and then the power cable. So this is everything you need that it comes with, just like all the other ones, and the setup process is very easy. You take these two 6-pins, plug them in the back, get your Ethernet cable in there, plug it in, find it on your network, and you're good to go. So throughout this video, we will check a few things out, like the new eco mode. We'll check out the high hash rate mode, obviously the power consumption and hash rates of both modes within 24-hour averages. So it's going to be a couple days to complete this whole video, but in the end, we'll figure out how well this Ipollo really does perform. And of course, we'll figure out how loud this miner actually is, because these things are geared towards the home miner. So stock specs on the website is about 400 mega hash at 232 watts. So we're going to get to the bottom of it. This is also a 6 gigabyte model, 5.8 gigabytes of memory working. So you can start going in past that up to 6 gigabytes, but you will start to lose hash rate once the DAG does go over that. We'll have a look, see how long this will last on the current networks. But if you do believe in anything ETH hash or ETC hash, which is Ethereum Classic, FW, and Callisto, and all these other coins, this thing will be probably the best way to mine and severely outperform GPUs into the next bull run. All right, guys, so the setup process is fairly easy. All you got to do is simply come into here. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is select your algorithm. Now, if you start with ETC hash or ETH hash or whatever, say ETH hash, it's default to that, put this out, and you actually want an ETC hash. When you swap over to ETC hash, all of this will reset, and you'll have to enter it all over again. So make sure you start with your algorithm in this case. So I'm just going to get rid of all of this stuff here. Bam, bam, everything gone, 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 gone. So you're going to want your password to be an X. You always got to put that in for these Ipollos. As for my worker address, so this is saved into here. This is where you put this in. So I'm going to be changing this to V1 Mini SE Plus. So I know what this is. And then you're going to need your pool. So I'm going to be utilizing Flex Pool here. I do have on the other one, you can see my firmware actually is 78.103, and I just updated to the absolute latest on this one, 78.106, which is supposed to be about 1 to 2% increase in hash rate. So we'll see what happens. I don't know the actual hash rate yet, but I will be testing this on my other ones to see if we do gain that boost and see what happens. But this is the latest. I will have it on my website, rabidmining.com, in the hardware section. And then just click on ASICs of the crypto mining hardware, and it will have all the latest firmwares for your Jazz miners as well as your Ipollo minis. So once you get all these parameters in here, you're going to want to go down, and here we have priority mode, hash rate or energy. So I'm going to start with hash rate, and again, I will be testing both of these out to see how well this is performing and if you actually gain a lot more efficiency using that energy mode. But right now, we're just going to start with hash rate. So once you get all these parameters in for your pool, then simply go to the save and apply section. Now, I am going to FlexPool here through here. FlexPool recently added in a proxy to allow ZIL and ETC mining on their pool. Now, I'm testing that out on my other Ipollos currently. I don't know if the video released yet, depending when I do finish this one up. But I am just going straight ETC here so I don't mess up any of those numbers right now. So that's what I got going on at the moment. All right, so I spammed the refresh button for about 3 minutes and 16 seconds until I found my first accepted share. So this is about the same as the previous Ipollos, slightly over 3 minutes before we do start finding them shares. So at this point, I'm going to wait for it to be detected at the pool, and then we got to wait at least 24 hours so we can start getting our average hash rates. We don't base everything off reported. The shares sent is how legit these things are actually mining. So it's going to be some time before we get those numbers out. So once I came into the dashboard from finding that first share, it took a second for it to register. And then for, about, let's see here, 58.05 to 58.55. So about 50 seconds, it ran at about 263 mega hash, with the fans wide open. They're doing about 7,200 RPM. So you're like, okay, what's going on? It's going to be that loud. I was wondering if I had to turn the fans down. And then the fans quieted right down. They went about halfway. We're at 4,500 RPM. You can't really hear this thing at all right now. And then the hash rate picked up. So we can see, at least in the dashboard, we are at about 434 mega hash right now. I'm just going to check the pool right quick, see if we are detected yet. So yeah, we are detected at the pool now as well at this point. I'm going to scroll down. Where is our ETC Mini V1 Plus thing majigger? How come it's not here? I don't see it. Where? Oh, right here. I'm just blind. So it looks like it's reporting 210 when it's supposed to be around the 400 mega hash mark. So we'll see what happens. It's reporting the same as the V1 Mini SE, and this is the V1 Mini SE Plus. So we'll see if the reported hash rate changes at all over time. And again, we got to wait 24 hours to see how well this thing is actually performing at that average hash rate. All right, guys, so it has been 24 hours on the performance mode hash rate. So we're going to check out our hash rates here. We're going to look at our power consumption as well as the noise level. So let's start with the noise levels here. So I will shut up so this thing quiets down. So it looks like about 59.8 or 9 decibels here. You can see what it is while I'm actually talking. So this thing is way quieter than me speaking to this video right now. Now let's take a look at our power consumption. We are drawing about 238 watts. So 238 watts and the high 58 decibels. Looking not too bad here for the average home miner. Let's take a look at our hash rates. All right, so here I am on the dashboard. We have a current effective hash rate of 466.7 mega hash. Our 24-hour average is 417.7 mega hash. We have a 12-hour average here of 419.2 and a 6-hour average of 429.6 mega hash. But we're basing everything off this 24-hour hash rate here, and the average is 417. Now we can see we are only reporting 210 mega hash. We have 9,023 valid shares, 94 stale shares, and 0 invalid. So way within reason of what we should be at. 1% stale, 0% invalid, 98.97% valid shares here, but our hash rate is 417. So 417 divided by our 238 watts, this thing is actually a mega hash to watt ratio of 1.752, and this is utilizing that performance setting. So now I am going to switch this over to energy efficient mode here and see if our hash to watt ratio does increase and what our power consumption is, as well as what type of hash rates we're going to get. So I just moved this over to energy. I'm going to save and apply this. And now I'm going to wait for this to restart, and we are going to begin our 24-hour test yet again to see what the difference between the two modes actually do. So upon moving that into energy mode here, it is restarting the whole reboot process. So I'm going to wait and see how long till we find our first accepted share. I'm assuming it's still going to be around that 3-minute mark, but you know what? You never know. Things might be a little different. And remember, all Ipollo miners now have this energy mode. So I will test the other ones at a later date, but right now we're just fully testing out this V1 Ipollo Mini SE Plus. All right, so this almost took an entire minute longer to hit that first accepted share. We're at 4 minutes and 7 seconds, slightly under a minute. I believe we're around 3 minutes, 15 seconds to do it on hash rate mode, but we now do have our first accepted share here. So we're now beginning to do our hashing. I'm going to wait that 24 hours and we'll be back to take a look at efficiency mode numbers here on the Ipollo. All right, so it has been over 24 hours. I have to go to town, so it's been like 26 to 28 hours or something since we turned this on eco mode. So let's have a look at its power consumption. Looks like about 209.8 watts, 209.9, 210. So we're going to go with 210 watts in eco mode. I'm going to shut up here so we can take a look at the sound. Now the fans are about the same. I think it's actually a little bit quieter, so let's find out. Actually, it's about a decibel louder. I can't hear the thing though, but you know, it looks like it's about 1 decibel louder, which is weird. Who knows what's going on? But regardless, we're at about 210 watts, 24 hours. Let's go figure out our hash rates and if we gained any efficiency by using energy mode here. All right, so within the dashboard here, we looks like the average 24-hour hash rate is 367.7 mega hash. Again, reported as 210. Our 12-hour average is 363 and the 6 hours 367. So the 24 is 367. Our valid shares is 7,943. We got 69 stale, 0 invalid, so 0% there, 0.86% on the stale, and our valid is 99.14%. But how does that work into a mega hash to watt ratio? 367 mega hash at 210 watts. We are using about, I guess, what is that, 28 watts less, but that is only a mega hash to watt ratio of 1.747. So we're actually down from 1.752. So using the eco mode is actually less efficient because you lose too much hash rate to make it worthwhile. Now, if you're very power limited and you have a bunch of these and you need to, drop some power down because you're hitting some bad levels there, then maybe this would be a good thing. But overall, when it comes to efficiency, it doesn't look like using energy mode is worth the hassle. All right, guys, so that pretty much does wrap up this video. We should now know everything we need to know about the latest Ipollo V1 Mini SE Plus. We went through the hash rates, we went through the power consumptions, we went through the decibels in both eco and performance modes, and this also has 6 gigabytes of memory, which means it will last till 2032 on ETC, and that should cover the next 2 bull runs, 2025 as well as 2029. Thank you for checking out this video. I will see you on the next one. Rabid out.